line 9 and line 10. Let's have a look. She springs like a beam on the brow of the tide. Here is a picture of the tide. She falls like a tear from the eyes of a bride. You can see the eyes, the teary eyes, and you can see the waves also. So first have a look of the meaning of some words. Springs here means jumps. Okay. Next is beam means light. Next is brow means top. And next word is tide means wave. Right. So next is the explanation of these two lines. The bride moves like a beam of light. Like a beam of light that spring when it gets reflect by waves. So when the beam of light they get reflected by the waves, so bride is looking that reflection, that light. So here the poetess has compared the bride with the beam of light. The bride's movement is also compared with the slow falling of tears from the eyes of a bride. Though the bride is delighted to visit her in-laws' house, she feels sad for her situation also. Though the bride is very happy, she wants to start her new life, but as she has left behind her parents' house, that's why she is sad also. There is a mixed feeling of joy and pain. Next lines, line number 11 and line number 12. Lightly, oh lightly we glide and we sing. Who are singing? Palanquin bearers. They are singing. We bear her along like a pearl on a string. So in these two lines, the palanquin bearers, they continue to carry the bride, who is very precious as a pearl on the string. They did not cease. Cease means stop. They did not stop their song as they carry the bride lightly, delicately. They are carrying the bride towards her destination. They travel far away, gliding rough paths. They are even traveling on the rough paths, but they are not tired. They are not complaining about it. Nevertheless, they never feel sad, they never feel disappointed or burdened by carrying the beautiful bride. They are enjoying their duty and they are singing as well. So here you can see the palanquin also in this picture. So they are carrying the beautiful bride towards her destination, towards her in-laws' house, and they are so happy. They are as happy as the bride. So here you can see that the bride, in this poem, the bride is compared with so many things, with the flowers, the swaying of the flowers, with the bird, skimming of the bird, with the hanging star, with the pearl, that precious jewel, right, with the ray of light, with many things, with many delicate things. The poetess has compared her with many precious and many delicate things. So children, I want to tell you that you must have seen palanquin or a palanquin bearer. If you have not seen, you can ask your grandparents also. They'll answer your question. That in ancient days, the royal brides in India are carried in these palanquin bearers only, in palanquins only, and these palanquin bearers, they carry this palanquin and they carry the beautiful bride to her in-laws' house after the wedding. So the men who carried them were called palanquin bearers. The palanquin bearers considered it a privilege. They considered it a privilege to carry the bride. So I hope you have enjoyed this musical poem and you have understood all the lines also. So here I'll show you a picture of a palanquin bearers again and a palanquin. So thank you, dear children. I hope you have enjoyed this poem and you have seen this custom also. I hope you have seen this custom. If you have not seen, please ask your grandparents. They will also answer all your questions related to this topic. Thank you. Have a nice day ahead.